Hi, it's Michelle with The Singing Baker, and I am enjoying the fall, so I thought I would share with you a fun dip that you can make this time of year. It actually adds a little bit of pumpkin ale and some cheddar, as well as white bean and pumpkin. So stay tuned. Pretty easy to put together. You basically just get all of your ingredients ready, and then you pop it either into a food processor or a blender, and then we blitz it up and then transfer it to a baking dish. And then we're baking in the oven at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for about a half an hour, and then we are ready to eat after that. So to get your ingredients together, take a snapshot here if you like. I took some 15 ounces of white beans and I've rinsed and drained them and gotten them ready here. I also have some pumpkin puree. I have yellow onion, some fresh garlic. We have sharp cheddar cheese, some cream cheese. I have some pumpkin ale, and this is nice this time of year to grab some of the seasonal items as well. I can't always find it at my local grocery store, so you might need to go to like a special beer and wine store, and then they'll have those little sections with all of the specialty beers and wines. And then I also have some salt and pepper, and then we'll be finishing off the dish at the end with some chopped fresh parsley as well as some toasted pumpkin seeds. So I'm going to get started. Alright, so I'm going to get started on adding all of my items into the food processor here. I'm going to start with my beans. I think I mentioned it before. I took my beans, it's one 15-ounce can, and then I rinsed and drained it. Just to get all the liquid from the can out. Then I've got some pumpkin puree. This is nice this time of year. I tend to add a little bit of pumpkin in different dishes, which is kind of fun. One of my favorite dishes to add this in is like some soups. You can do pumpkin and black bean soup. I also have some chocolate chip muffins that I add pumpkin into as well, so that's always fun. So that was the pumpkin puree. I'm going to add the cream cheese. About half of my cheddar. You'll want to keep about half of it to sprinkle at the top at the end. So I'm only going to do half right now. And then I'm going to add my onion and garlic in. So I'll take my garlic first. Just to get them out of the peel, you just smash them really quick, and then they will come straight out. You see they just pop straight out really easy when you do it that way. Here in Florida, we don't really get all of the seasons, so I try to bring fall to me in the kitchen. We still have a lot of sunshine outside, so I can still enjoy the fall through our eating, even if we don't have the cold weather to go with it. Okay, I'm going to add this garlic in. And you could add it whole if you wanted, since we're putting it in the food processor, but I usually just try to get it chopped initially just to get it started so it blends better once I turn on the food processor. Now I'm going to take the onion. You need either one small onion, or you can take a large onion and just cut it in half. That's about all you need. And what I usually do is I take one root off, and then I leave one root intact so that I can have one side that won't fall apart on me. I'm just going to peel this off and then dice that up. Okay. I basically, let me move this out of the way so you can see a little better. I basically cut it this direction first, and then I do some slices down that direction, and then when you go a third time the other direction again, you'll get a nice dice out of it. So now I'm going to turn it again and go this way. And as you see, it all falls apart there. And because I didn't take the root off, I basically have this side intact. So it makes it a little bit easier when you're chopping. And again, I'm just really getting this started. It's a little easier once you're chopping it in the food processor. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you're enjoying my videos, I'd love a like. I'm trying to post at least one recipe per week. Sometimes I get a second on there. And I hope you're enjoying making some of these. Okay, so we're all set with that. All right, so I've added those ingredients together. I'm gonna go ahead and start pulsing it. And I basically still want it a little bit chunky, but I'm just gonna get a little bit kind of halfway processed here. Okay, so the onions are mainly chopped up. They're very small pieces now, and the beans are in there and as well, you know, small pieces. So I have a little bit of chunk to it. I'm gonna go ahead and add my pumpkin ale now. What you want in this is about 2 ounces worth. So I'm just gonna measure that out. It smells like fall. Okay, then just gonna add that in. And I'm gonna blitz that again. And then of course, we have to drink the rest of the beer. Okay, so we are done mixing that up. I'm gonna move this out of the way. So I have a baking dish here. I basically have sprayed it with some spray, and you can also butter it down if you want. I'm going to basically transfer it to my baking dish, and then I'm going to stir in some salt and pepper at the end, and then we will pop it in the oven for a half an hour. Oh, one more step. At the end, you're going to sprinkle the rest of the cheddar also. Okay. Here's my spoon. Okay. So this is really nice served with like tortilla chips usually. Those taste really good. You can also maybe do some pita chips as well. You could also do maybe veggies that taste really good with this. I'm always curious to see what recipes you've been making, so do me a favor and drop a comment and let me know which ones have been your favorites. Okay, so last step, again, like I said before, I'm just going to sprinkle the salt and pepper in and then stir that. Perfect. And sprinkle the last bit of our cheddar on the top. Okay. And there we are, ready to bake off here. So I'll see you in a half an hour. So my pumpkin cheddar white bean dip is out of the oven. It was in there about a half an hour. And I've transferred it to a nice platter here, surrounded with some tortilla chips. I've also chopped up some fresh parsley that I'm going to add to the top. And I also toasted some pumpkin seeds in the oven while the dip was going, just for like the last 5 minutes or so. And that adds a nice little crunch to your dip. So we're gonna get a little taste here, and then I've also gotten the rest of my pumpkin ale poured out, so you can always enjoy the rest of your beer with that. Just gonna have a little try. You can definitely taste the pumpkin and all of the cheddar and a little bit of that white bean dip, so it's a nice combination together.